Sri Sai Ram. My beloved pranams at the lotus feet of Bhagawan Sri Sathya Sai Baba. Bhagawan Baba, during his divine discourses to his devotees, tells these three words, Oka Chinna Katha, meaning a small story. These little stories told by Bhagawan during his discourses are highly inspirational and portray deep spiritual teachings. Bhagawan's Chinna Katha is enjoyed by all his devotees. Why is storytelling enjoyed by all? A good story is the one that resonates with the listener or reader. You hear a good story with your head and heart. To think about scientifically, why is storytelling enjoyed by all? When we hear facts, it activates the data processing centers in our brain. When we hear stories, it activates sensory centers in our brain. In other words, when you hear a well-told story, your brain reacts as if you're experiencing it yourself. Your brain places you inside the story. What is storytelling? Emotional core of the message is called storytelling. National Storytelling Network has said about the storytelling a few sentences. Storytelling is the interactive art of using words and actions to reveal the elements and images of a story while encouraging the listener's imagination. A good story can enhance your imagination, creativity, and it can inspire you. Emotions combined with information becomes more memorable and actionable. But why should we listen to stories? One cannot experience and know everything on their own. Stories help us understand the world and imagine new world and experiences. Sri Kasturi has mentioned beautifully, has described Bhagawan's Chinna Katha beautifully as follows. Oka Chinna Katha. When Bhagawan intercepts the speeding current of his discourse with these three Telugu words meaning one little story, all ears are alert, all hearts are longing. For the story that follows is a flash that illumines, a shower that cools, a joke that tickles, a tablet that alleviates, a peep into epic grandeur or pompous absurdity, a poetic parenthesis, an exhilarating prick, a lilt that enlightens, a sugar-coated pill of profundity, a disarming repartee, a volley of raillery on religious rigmarole. It may be a tonic tale of the past or the report of a contemporary comedy. It may be a thrust on theological disputation or a dear little dig at some egoistic dignitary. The Chinna Katha, if only we ponder over its relevance, is an effective instrument in Bhagawan's educational process. When he is discoursing these parables and stories, ever on the wing, hover in flocks in the firmament of his love, he lets a few fly into our hearts and nestle there until we fondle and foster them and make them part of our thought and behavior patterns. When Sathya Sai tells these stories, everyone present in the audience understands it in their own way. For each one of them, it conveys a different meaning. For some, it may be a lesson. For someone, it might be a healing mantra. For someone, it can prick their ego. Sometimes it's a simple warning. For some, it is just a reminder. And for some, it is a realization. And for some, it is an answer to their problem. And for some, it's a guidance or some hint at the next steps. From now on, let us hear Sri Sathya Sai Bhagawan's Chinna Katha and try to have a take-home message. And as Sri Kasturi ji said, we can foster it in our habits. Hope you enjoyed this intro video. Please stay tuned for more stories from Bhagawan's Chinna Katha. See you next week. Until then, Sai Ram.